damage is the PA, and she's not going to deal damage until 2 or 3 items. So I'm sure concerned of Nigma having a pretty greedy lineup. Centaur's going to go that Vanguard farm. Sven's going to hit neutrals. Storm's going to rush that Orchid most likely. I think they're just all going to hit their timings. I think Nigma's going to get the aim they want.
And I mean, playing a PA as well into a Sven lineup, that never feels good, right? Like, Warcry is quite an annoyance for you.
You have the level 10 talent for extra duration, and then you have the level 20 talent for the extra armor. 25 armor for 11 seconds, and they have no free dispels either. So there's no convenient way to remove that bonus armor. It's pretty insane damage mitigation for your entire team.
Yeah, and it's going to be incredibly valuable as well in a game where you're against an Elder Titan. Having that just straight flat armor bonus in the team fights is going to render one of the reasons of picking the ET kind of useless. So definitely some solid stuff here from Nigma, but we've seen some pretty flashy performances from Brain. They've definitely been a team to bring an excellent fight to the fray, and they have got exactly that, some great team fight to work around. And excellent combos. If they're able to get some setup control between the Puck and the Underlord, tripping up Miracle and holding him in place for the Supernova stuns in the mid game, and could be able to bring an excellent fight to Nigma.
It's going to be all about KuroKy. You can be coiled, Phoenix Egged, Firestormed, and as long as you have that Fate's Edict on you from Oracle, you're taking literally 0 damage. So if they can bring KuroKy down with the Puck and backline silence jumping, so I'm really putting it in the hands of Wisp here. Like Kyle said, he's going to have a great game. And it's not just that he has to bring down the Oracle, but he's got some threats against himself on the other team. The Storm and the Skywrath Mage with pretty early silences. It's a lot of weight to carry.
Yeah, and you know, just straight up looking at the lane, how we have it in the matchup mid, Wish, Puck versus Miracle, Storm. What's going to come out of this? Are we going to see an even trade, or is someone going to struggle in this matchup?
Yeah, I expect them both to get their farm. Eventually, Storm just is content to hit up the neutrals. Puck doesn't have the best options for roaming. Centaur, if he gets the Vanguard before Puck 6, which we've seen about 5-minute Vanguards come out from the offlaners, then he's probably not a good target. And Sven's got the Oracle behind, so I think both mid laners are going to be very content to just farm it up.
Down on the bottom, now ILTW, he knows Sven, he's going to have the ability to flash farm in the jungle. When it comes to the lane though, how much pressure are these two going to be able to put on him, this duo lane of the Phoenix and the Underlord?
I'm actually noticing, I thought KuroKy was going to be bottom for that.
Yeah, they've swapped it round.
But they want the Oracle in the ET lane because the Astral Spirit buff is purgeable. So once the ET gets that bonus armor and damage, KuroKy just quickly gives them that Fortune's End. And
I mean, that makes it pretty rough. I mean, what do you do as an ET up here with that in play?
I don't know. And bottom lane, I think Skywrath Mage will do a good job of zoning away the Phoenix. So
I got the level 2 is going to be hit. So Spartan has got the stop. He's going to try and turn towards KuroKy, but now he's got to run. Focus. He's in with the dagger on towards Kuro, as they will be able to bring him down. But of course, same time down bottom, it was Nigma that were able to find the first blood.
And Sven Sky, that's a scary lane. A lot of damage. Sven's one of the few carries that can help really early on when it comes to killing duos and supports.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what GH is able to do. You know, we heard the other day from Fogged in particular, he really doesn't rate Skywrath as a hero right now. What is it about this game that you think GH, he's going to be able to show the impact that this hero can have, despite the fact that just on paper, it's just, well, it feels like paper.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, GH, very stylish 4-position player. He always likes these kill threat playmakers. And Skywrath Mage, that's literally all he does. You know, Skywrath Mage, he's meant to have 20 kills at the end of the game, even as a 4-position. He buys her out of Athos, goes for all the damage items for himself. He's not one of those 4 positions that are going to buy a Solar Crest or a Force Staff. It's all about laying it out. And they've got a lot of carries, or cores, excuse me, that kind of do their own thing. Like Storm's going to buy his own defensive items. Sven's going to buy his own defensive items. He's got the Oracle to back him up.
That's true.
So I think GH kind of has free reign of the map and not really having to concern himself with taking care of his cores.
And just saying, when you're on the Skywrath, you're kind of looking for the kill steals.
Oh, you don't actually look for the kill steals. You just do a bajillion damage, so you kind of end up with all the kills usually. If they're underneath that soul. I don't even know what his ultimate is called.
Mystic Flare.
Mystic Flare, thank you. If you're underneath that Mystic Flare, you are taking all the damage.
And they've got good ways to hold people in it. All the other 4 heroes having some sort of root or pull or stun. So they'll have to watch out for that. So far, look at the lanes. I mean, is anyone losing out too much on these first few minutes when it comes to cores, or is everyone rather happy, really?
I just think the Storm is super happy. #1 CS by a large margin, and PA seems to be doing decent up top, but they're getting a few kills onto Kuroki.
Spartan, he's actually going to be able to, he's going to take a tower hit here. It doesn't matter. Ends up being able to pop the salve and step away. So again, I mean, these kills happening on the side lane at the exact same time, pretty much.
Yeah, PA is actually tied with Storm for net worth, despite having half his CS. So that tells you a lot about how much these kills are bolstering his timings. But I'm just concerned that the kill combos for Nigma are so much easier to execute that there's going to be this 8 to 15 minute window where both Sven and PA are going to be hitting creeps, and it's going to be much easier to gank the PA than Sven. So if he can get to a Battle Fury without any deaths, I think this game might actually tilt heavily in favor of Brain for momentum-wise following that.
Okay, and you think that will be the route that Focus goes? We're not going to... This isn't a game to go for the Deso rush on the PA?
Deso against Sven just seems kind of diminishing returns there when all of his team has so much armor. You don't counter armor with minus armor. You counter minus armor with armor, Owen.
Well, there we go. So yeah, as you said, I'm sure we'll see him go pretty heavy on the farming this game in an attempt to match that of ILTW. Top lane, they've got the setup with the stomp. They're over towards Kuroki. Let's try and get the purge off on himself, but Focus is able to step to the side and he'll be able to line up another dagger. Good stomp actually from Mind Control. Stops Focus from being able to get the dagger off whilst he was in range. So a nice little play there from Mind Control will keep Kuro safe for now. And Spartan's going to continue to hunt through this tree line. Maybe see if he can find him. And he's always going to catch him with the Spirit. He knows he's here. And there's the setup. Focus able to jump across. That's the 3rd kill. I mean, Focus, he's... You know, on paper, it looked like it was a nice idea, right? Put Kuro in the top lane as the Oracle so he can deal with the Spirit. The problem is it's ended up just being free food for this PA. It's 3 kills already on the Oracle in the safe lane.
Yeah, they're doing a great job on the side of Brave. They know that Centaur is rushing the Vanguard, so he has no boots. He's not a threat at all. They can literally walk around him in circles, and Mind Control's trying to get the return kills, but ET just walks away. So they're doing a great job of picking on the Oracle.
Actually, over here in the river, Spartan did come across trying to interrupt with the power room, but Miracle's still able to find the pickup. The level 6 hit, Miracle's going to be able to chase across, not only get the bottle refill with that illusion picked up, but also taking a kill for himself.
It's all going to be this first Orchid movement. Can they catch the PA? Underlord, despite, I don't think being that great against Sven, because Sven is a lot of percent damage, which doesn't get mitigated by the Underlord's aura, should be able to fend for himself bottom, which means that Brain should be able to dedicate their counterplay resources, the ET Stomp, the Puck Coil, to protecting the PA in the mid-game.
Yeah, we see that as well. Looks like Wish did have an attempt on Miracle with that first Stream Coil, and Miracle just able to get away, so...
Could have been the nerf. I didn't see exactly how much HP he survived with, but they nerfed that level 1 coil by 100 damage.
You know what? I think it was. I believe we saw Miracle on about 50 HP.
Wow.
Do you like this as well, RTW? He's loving life. He's got himself a golden hand.
The fact that he got away with it on Sven, usually
2 minutes faster than the fastest, Brian. It was only in one of a match was ever brought on Sven in this patch. But hey, it's a record.
Hey, that's like saying you got first in PE, you know? There's just not much competition there. But I'll respect it. The fact that he got away with it this early on in the game. Underlord usually requires you to buy a much more sustain. Skywrath, not a support that's going to help you in lane in that regard. So the fact that he's now planning to go jungle, it makes sense to me that he went this.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to pay off in the long run. As you said, he knows the PA is also going to go the farm route with the Battle Fury. Time is going to be there. And I mean, how do Brain make a move on the Sven? Like, when they're sort of looking to get active with the puck,
it's like, look at the supports, right? Like, are you going to gank with the Phoenix or the ET? The Underlord ain't going to move. It's a little awkward. I think that's kind of why he went to minus. He's like, I'm just going to give my Skywrath mage the lane. Yeah. They'd probably have to bring 3 or 4 heroes just to bring down GH.
We're going to see them have another attempt here onto Miracle. They've got him in the Dream Core. Silence to follow up. Stab people by him a little bit of time. Miracle's still alive. He's going to be able to zip away. And look, Focus, he's looking for him. Miracle with a little bit more mana left. In fact, Miracle playing a little cheeky. Stays in the river so he can get another hit off onto Focus. It's buying time for Mind Control to cross and cross. As Miracle, he baits them in. They do jump in again with the silence, but Kuro's there with the save. Miracle more than fine. Wish is not going to be able to chase him down. And now Wish is in a world of pain as he's going to get taken out. GH with the double kill. Very cute team play there from Nigma as Miracle. You know, he could have zipped up to the high ground, just played it safe, but he knew if he stuck around, stayed in the river, stayed within range, he could bait in at least a potential to kill the PA. They actually end up getting the PA and the puck, bro.
And the PA revealed a ward when he daggered Miracle and blinked onto him, so they got a D ward on top of that. I don't know, salt in the wounds, man. Sven has a single ancient stack, okay. And so much attention's brought away from him now, as he's even able to rotate back to lane for 1 or 2 creep waves. And he's gonna go back to farming the jungle. Possess mass for PA. That's pretty nice, but he does. I mean, he was #1 net worth going into that engagement on the PA. So that's just such a big momentum swing in terms of timings.
Spartan's not going to be able to do anything.
Right, he can do, right?
Give him a bit of
just annoy him a bit.
A tap on the shoulder.
Dire's top tower.
Godstrength's back up. GH and Kuro, they're going to look to get active with this down bottom. GH, he's hit the 6 off the back of those 2 kills he picked up. So Mystic Flare is at the ready. Skylark, they get the stun. The Ancient Steel, it's a lot of damage. Not a chance there for the Underlord. They do get the Stomp onto the free. That will set up for a lovely 3-man Dream Coil as Wish and Spartan. They come in with the counterplay. They're taking out, they're taking out GH. It looked like, oh, maybe with the Stampede they can get Kuro out of there. He's deep into the trees. Spartan, they are going to keep looking for him. Wishing as well. They found him. They'll take all 3. As Nigma, they commit onto the Underlord. Brain were ready for that, and they make a beautiful counterplay there between the EC and the puck.
Well, there is going to be a counter kill coming out from Miracle. Most notably, top tower did go down. This is exactly how Centaur wants to be playing. Very greedy offlane hero. He's not the type that's going to rotate in and help his teammates like a Mars in this case. So, not the end of the world for Enigma. They did give up a couple crucial kills there, but at the end of the day, it's 2 for 3 and a tower. So I'd say it's about even.
Dire's courier has been killed.
7-6, 1k lead at the moment for Nigma. Very evenly matched between especially the carries and mids. This one's setting up to be a close one, but as time passes and with the stacks that ILTW has, it's going to be quite a challenge for a Focus to keep up on the PAs over the side of Braim's map. Don't quite have any stacks at the ready for him, so a little bit of extra gold available on the map for ILTW in comparison.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It just feels like they need to dedicate so many more resources on the side of Braim to do the exact same thing. As you see Mind Control, he just walks mid and is just tanking the tower. They're actually going to get this tower most likely with this 10-minute catapult. Only takes them 2 heroes. On the other hand, GH was getting levels bottom, Spin's hitting neutrals.
Look at GH as well, he's got a Rod of Atos.
Yeah, that's super early. He kills anyone with that. As long as Puck does not get the phase shift off, everyone on Braim will die. And that's just a 4 position who he's not obligated to be anywhere on the map. He's not going to be any predictable farming patterns. He can walk wherever he wants. And they probably have to use coil to kill him, especially because every other form of catch they have is a slow, and they have Stampede.
We've seen so far Mind Control. He'll absolutely pop that Stampede to save his supports.
The map feels so much better for Enigma right now. They're just farming everywhere. Storm's farming mid, Skyath was farming bottom, Ancients are being farmed by Sven, top lane being cut by Centaur. They're just getting so much more out of the map right now, and they're getting on all the heroes. Like, all their heroes need this too.
And at what point do you think Braim they're going to start to get active with their PA? Like, is the Battle Fury the BKB then you have to go, or do you just keep hitting the creeps?
That's the thing about their lineup, and I think that's why Nigma's doing such a good job of optimizing, is they know that Braim really has no moves. PA is their #1 net worth, and PA doesn't do anything. So it looks like they're going to try to make something happen with this smoke, but I have to imagine that Best is going to net 1 or 2 kills. And probably not an objective, but I don't mind it. Get yourself out on the map.
I see Mind Control showing himself. Ooh,
that's an awkward pause.
That's a little bit of an awkward one here, but they don't see anything. I mean, Nigma literally see nothing at all, so they're probably going to be quite suspect to a smoke play happening. See earlier on some of these kills that they were able to pick.
That's a sad death right there.
Between the 2 of them, just
neither of them were within 1,000 units of him, and he just died to long-range stuns and nukes.
That hurts. I mean, okay, Brian, you look into the future. What are we gonna see here? What's gonna happen?
I think Mind Control is gonna die, and then
He's gonna die.
Brame is gonna lose 2 heroes in response because it took so many resources for them to kill Mind Control.
And we'll see again the easy kill, but then the really nice turnaround. I mean, an excellent stomp there from Spartan. Means that Brame are able
Got
to...
the Midas off, though. I didn't even know.
Did he actually?
That. Yeah, he
did.
Midas dropped.
Aye, well, there you go. There you go.
Priorities.
He's going to be fine with that. You think Mind Control's dead here? He has Hood. He has Stampede. It's not enough. You feel that he's going to get, what, Dream Coiled, Firestorm?
I think it's the % damage from Phoenixes that's going to put him over the edge. But they're going to have to use virtually everything if they want to. He's either going to get ignored or killed.
There we go. I think kind of half-heartedly going on him.
Yeah, that's my version of ignored.
Yeah. Well, they don't want to commit the coil. They want to save that for something else. Well, Miracle actually zipping in. They stop the silence onto the Underlord.
They got the Oracle in his sleep.
They got Miracle as well with the silence. As Miracle's going to get taken out, now they can turn their efforts over towards Kuroki. The Stampede will come into play from Mind Control. He looks to get the rest of them out of there. At the same time, GH, he was able to make a move on his own around the backlines, and with the Rod and the Mystic Flare, he just solos down the PA. So, at the end of the day, a 1-for-1, GH able to redeem the initial loss of the Storm Spirit as he picks up a big old kill himself.
If Skywrath Mage is allowed to just walk around the map, it is a nightmare to play carry. I can tell you as a first-hand witness experiencer of this, victim, I would say, of this, you just get killed off cooldown. And your team has to be right next to you because you die so fast. His team was like right in the same triangle area as him, but they can't get there. They can't help him. As of now, they don't have any force staffs, anything to save him.
I see anytime that happens, the PA getting caught out. Also, RTW continues to free farm, and we'll see it here.
They're literally right there. He's like, team? Stampede damage is actually what put him over the edge. That's awesome.
Yeah, good attempt to juke, but GH. Increased movement has no struggle. Running around the tree, finding you have opportunities to land the last bolt. Yeah, GH 5 1-on-1. This is the sort of KDA you dream of when you're playing the Sky support. Everything going very well for GH right now.
He's just spending his spare time farming 1 creep at a camp. I mean, Centaur is just bluffing. Like, Mind Control is acting like his entire team is here. They don't see the support, so they don't know where Oracle or Skywrath are. You may say, why don't they just go on him? He's completely alone. They don't know if his team's smoked behind him or not. Sven's missing. The 2 supports are missing. All they see was Storm bottom.
I've got the Battle Fury now done on focus, so now begin that ability to start to try and catch up at least with the Sven. It's not going to be easy though. ILTW very, very farmed right now. As bottom lane, GH again as he... Ooh, the stomp will stop him from getting off the last few spells, and now the turnaround comes in. They jump onto GH. This time he'll be punished for trying to dive in and nuke down the Phoenix. Chase isn't done quite yet. Wish and Spartan in straight away over towards Kuro. They'll drop down the Dream Coil. Kuro can't be helped. Miracle's got to stay in the invis. No fight to be had here. At least for now. Mind Control's heading over. Just hit the blink. Maybe they can look to try and catch out one of them. Got their eyes on Wish. Oh, but he's quick with a phase shift. And Wish will get orchided for the stomps out against Spartan. Some phenomenal stomps this game. Keeping his team safe. Miracle still has mana to play with. As Spartan kind of throws his body in, he knows someone's got to die. He'll let it be himself, give time for Wish to get away as the puck. So Spartan coming in clutch again, saving his cause.
And just meanwhile, it's PA that's participating in these fights, and Sven that's hitting up the creeps.
He really is. I mean, he's what, 3 levels ahead right now, ILTW in comparison.
1,500 gold as well, and it should only be more the more and more this happens.
Dire's structures are
and what can they do about this? How do you stop this Sven? Just getting away with wherever he wants to go and hitting whatever he wants.
That's the research issue that I mentioned earlier. They just need more heroes to do the same thing. If Nigma goes for a kill, it really only has to be 2 heroes. On the other hand, it has to be at least 4 heroes from Brame to get anything done, which means there's just naturally more things happening on the map in favor of Nigma, as Mind Control narrowly escapes. Notice how they have 2 heroes. Mind Control's not afraid. While Wish feels like, oh, I have to show up for this. On the other hand, you just see these hunting duos. You have Centaur that's farming while Miracle and GH are walking around together. Sven's doing really whatever he wants on the map. And you have to get through these kill duos before you even get to the Sven. And the problem is they keep responding to it on their side of the map. I think they have to kind of just go for it somewhere. Make a big play. It ain't going to get any better. Maybe they're just going to wait for the BKB on PA before they do anything.
Here I am! Oh, see Miracle. He's found Spartan. Getting the solo kills now. Now mind control. Oh! He's just going to play around with Skylark. If they got any backup, GH trying to make his way over.
They're just getting so much. There's an Oracle farming bottom right now. They have Sven farming top and Oracle farming bottom, and they're just like corralling them into their triangle.
I mean, you can really see, like, Brame, what do they do? They're trying to find some sort of move. Focus is trying to find some sort of space to get this BKB done after the Battle Fury. But it's not easy. Nigma making it very difficult for them. And Nigma, and has he just hit the BKB timing yet? Not,
like
he has. Yeah, ILTW, BKB done. Level 16 Sven. If he wants to, he's ready to stop hitting creeps and start hitting heroes.
Yeah, that's the Midas coming into play. 4-man smoke. Storm's got the DD. They see the courier, though. They might know this is happening. They do ping it. Looks like ET's pinging it. It's hard to tell if it's light blue or teal.
Definitely playing a little cautious here, Brame. Mind control. Gonna get dispelled. He streams down the high ground. It's not to be the case. Brame in the trees. Gonna try and lead it on Miracle. Take him out into the silence, into the Earth Spirit and the Supernova. Nicely done by Brame. They cleanly take out the Storm Spirit. Now over to the side. Focus is maybe going to try and set up for another mind control. And he jumped upon. Stampede on cooldown. ILTW. He's going to come in with the counter play. Starts to charge him, but he's been styled. And looks towards Spartan. First Spartan getting burst down by the Mystic Flare. ILTW is ready to try and go for more. Head straight over towards Skylark, dealing a lot of damage here with the God Strength from the Echo Saber. Skylark trying to run ILTW. He's been slowed down by the Fire Spirits, and with that in mind, he's actually going to have to start backing away. It's the BKB on cooldown. ILTW going for the TP out, but they found him with the pit. They've got the damage there. They're still having to deal with him very carefully. Watch out the God Strength up, but now Focus is in. He's ready to jump straight in onto the Sven. ILTW gets taken out. A big kill there for Brame as Focus, the one to pick it up. It's just an excellent start to the fight there, really. Just throwing everything down onto the Storm and actually being able to catch Nigma. Sort of split off, and ILTW not having anywhere near the impact that you would have maybe expected with the build-up and the item timings that he has this game.
Yeah, let's be clear. Sven has a BKB. Centaur can do his own thing. Kuroki has to be close to Miracle. It doesn't matter whose fault it is. It doesn't matter, like, what led up to this. You have to be within range to False Promise for Storm. The last fight before that, he got stomped on Oracle, so the Storm was burstable. That fight, they were up on the high ground while Storm was in the river. They just have to be close enough together. That's exactly what Brame has to do, capitalize on that mispositioning by Nigma, but they just can't do it anymore. Like, if you're like going back to the drawing board, you don't have to change the game plan at all, Nigma. You're getting all the farm you need, but you cannot let them keep doing this. Miracle is getting gimped at the start of the fight.
They're getting the jump each and every time. And they've certainly got the damage to take him out through the disable that they have.
Just a Fate's Edict will be enough.
I will see it here again. Yeah, Miracle, he just doesn't stand a chance.
Yeah, Kuroki's all the way up in the river there. Stampede to try to get it in position, but it's just not quick enough.
And then we see, I mean, you know, ILTW obviously still feeling very, very strong. He still tries to continue the fight here, committing in with the God Strength.
The Storm's the guy that's supposed to be locking them down for you, right? You see him getting kited all over the place. That's why this looks so awkward.
That's just nicely done. And as it was, you know, Skylark just having enough movement speed to step away from the Sven. ILTW not quite able to stay on top of the target.
They're ready to go again. 5-man smoke. I like it. Maybe they can turn this into a Roche. They don't really have any damage items for Roche, though. They went the Lotus on Underlord as opposed to like a Solar Crest or a Vlad, something like that. So purely the fighting route coming out from Brame.
Enigma now do have the BKB on Miracle, so it'll be a little harder for Brame to blow him up in the same fashion that they were able to achieve last time round.
Phoenix does get the Philosopher's Stone, so he may have some serious late game impact here with that extra item or so that'll give you at 40 minutes. seems small, but Phoenix one of the few supports in the game that can absolutely carry a team fight.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
He gets like that Shivas or an Ags refresher. Centaur is going Ags, so he said, I'm not going to trust you, Kuroki, to save Miracle. I'm going to do it with my 40% damage reduction. I'm just kidding. It doesn't have to be toxic, but...
Radiant's middle
It will
tower
help.
is
It
under
will
attack.
certainly make the difference in those situations where everything's being thrown down onto the Storm. See Brain.
Radiant
I'm seeing if they can get some
structures
sort of a
are
catch up top. Mind control. He's tanky. We'll force out the Stampede, but the Dream Core's there ready for him. Wish drops it down. Rest of Nigma trying to get across to help out Mind Control, but it's already too late. They've got the damage. Focus able to take him down. ILTW and Miracle may be looking at fighting this, but they are without the Centaur. Do they want to go in on this one? Brame are very much prepared for a team fight. Miracle, he's going to look for the zip in over one spot in the river. Jump forward as well for RTW, but he's straight away into the pit. Has to put the BKB. The Lotus on Spartan works there. Spartan goes down. Miracle getting hit hard by the Earth Splitter. And over to the side, Focus. He's just forcing RTW out of the fight. He's able to run him down, get the kill. If they take out ILTW, GH is able to TP away. But another fight
Radiant's
where
top
Brame,
tower is
and
under
they're
attack.
absolutely making it work. I mean, is there just sort of Nigma getting caught out of position, Brian? What's going on?
They are just outplaying them.
Yeah.
Nigma has been farming
Radiant's middle
3 different
tower
parts
is
of the
under
map
attack.
all game
Radiant's
and getting
middle
punished
tower
for it.
has
That's really
fallen.
all this is, and I love what Brame's doing. This is exactly how you punish this. Mind control, he's farming by himself. Look at where the rest of his team is. They're nowhere near. I would say it's even greedy to go for that small camp. They planted
Sure.
the ward to give them all the information they needed.
I mean,
and they're
Radiant's
losing a
middle
hero
tower
before
was
something
under
happens.
At this point, why do you feel the Nigma
Over here now.
kind of stuck around? Why did they want to keep the fight going with the Centaur
Twice
gone?
ILTW's done this. I don't know who's making the call, but I think you just cut your losses. Let the Centaur die, reset. Why? Why are we here? Having to pop BKBs at the very start of the fight. ET Splitter brings down ILTW down to like 20%.
Yeah, we've seen it multiple times now. Spartan getting some fantastic angles. I mean, he caught at least the 2 big ones there. Spartan catching ILTW and Miracle doing huge amounts of damage. Yeah, they've got to watch out for this ET. He's been lining up some brilliant ultimates. And now look at the net worth. I mean, the PA, he's at the top now, Focus. He's taken over in a game where, for the most part, ILTW was completely out-farming him. See how the level situation is as well. RTW is still ahead with the levels because of that
Radiant's
Midas.
bottom tower
But, you know,
is under
he's
attack.
very, very close behind him, Focus. And he's going to have the full Deso ready for the next fight.
Yeah, this carry-to-carry
Radiant
matchup
are
is not
scanning.
one
Dire
where if they're
are
even, they're
scanning.
even. PA is supposed to have far less net worth than a Sven at this stage in the game. So the Nigma knows this. They know it is not get easier from here. PA's bringing out the Deso. Time to get rolling.
Yeah, and they're coming in with the smoke, Nigma. You know, they're determined to find a team fight where they're the ones to get the jump. The last few times it's been Brame having the ability to set up and go. Let's see if Nigma can get them by surprise. Focus. It's going to get jumped. They get the new stop. They're going to try and get the first gun into it. The back is down. Focus is able to get the PKP off. Lotus is protecting him as well. The end is going to go off successfully. They were 1 hit away from taking it down, but Stamana's able to get it off. Now with the Dream Core out controlling both Miracle and RTW, they've got to be careful on Nigma. As Brame, they'll continue to poke and prod at them. Miracle's got to go down to the low ground. RTW, he's caught behind the cliff with the BKB on cooldown. RTW, he's trying to get in there. The force promise does come out. Kuro able to come over the save, but they're catching up the Sven. They throw him up with the Yules. Wish and Skylar just continuing to control him. He blinks out, but the damage has already been done. RTW falls, Focus into the river, finds Kuroki. There's 3 dead on Nigma, and there's going to be another death added to this. There's Mind Control. He's caught in the Yules in the pit. They're holding him back. Mind Control will try to run, but Brame, they'll chase him down, take him out as well. 4 dead on Nigma. And this time, I mean, Nigma, they were actively looking for the action. They got the jump on Focus. They couldn't quite chain stun him down, though. He gets the BKB off, and at that point, the fight's going to be so hard.
Radiant
This is just show if they did this
structures are
exact
fortified.
execution 2 team fights ago,
Radiant's
before
top
losing your
tower
Storm
is under
unnecessarily,
attack.
before losing the Centaur, this works. They would have had enough damage. The Phoenix would not be level 12. They would
Look
have
at
killed
the
this
egg.
egg.
Oh, it couldn't be any closer.
Give them an
Radiant's
inch, they
top
take a
tower is
mile.
under
You know,
attack.
that's just what's happening here. Or, you know, centimeter, they take a kilometer.
Get the Miracle! He's able to snatch the Aegis, gets out as well. So Miracle able to find some sort of glory here for the team.
Is that even enough, though?
But they're still losing heroes here now. GH They're chasing him. Stampede popped by mind control, trying to get GH out of it. And Wish, he's hot on his tail. Gets him with the dream car. They're going to be able to fight him. Focus takes him out in one hit.
Death at my hands is an honor.
Try to use a Ghost Scepter when you get one-shotted by somebody you can't
Radiant's
see.
top tower is under attack.
That's a lovely one as well, isn't it, for Focus, the Paladin sword.
That is perfect. They don't have any Vlads. They don't have any innate sustain for him. So that is the perfect tier 3 neutral item. He was going for a Satanic. You could argue that it makes the Satanic better, but you also don't need it if you have a Satanic. But at this point, you saw what happened in the last fight. They couldn't even bring him down when all he had was a BKB, and he hadn't even popped it yet. Once he gets that Satanic, your chances of bursting him are little to none, and then he should heal right back to full.
I mean, they've just played it so perfectly. Focus 11, 2, and 3, and for all the farm and space that RLTW got, it's just we haven't seen a situation where he's able to pop off at all in these team fights. All the 3 team fights that we've seen them turn up to with the Sven, RLTW's just not really been able to have an impact. Brame have dealt with him perfectly.
Yeah, the Yules pickup was really good. They simply Underlord rooted him into a Yules, into the Underlord root, spent the entire Oracle ulti just sitting inside of an Underlord root, negating any damage he's going to output.
Dire are scanning.
See Nigma still trying to find some action. Of course, they've still got the Aegis that Miracle was able to get away with in that last a bit of action around the Roshan.
Yeah, this PA is not supposed to be this scary at this stage in the game because of what happened in the early to mid game. But because of those couple team fights botched by Nigma, suddenly look at the way they're farming, right? Storm, just because he has an Aegis, he's allowed to play alone, but everyone's clumped up now. No efficiency coming out from a Team Nigma now.
See the Eon Disc getting done here for Brame. Mana's got his Wish very close to having one also on the puck, so it'll be even harder for these sort of jump and go heroes like the Sven and the Storm to get on top of them and burst those targets.
Yeah, maybe he'll look to get the shard on Sven. It does dispel, so you can wait until the Eon Disc procs and then stun. But even then, you're just delaying your timing with another 1,400 gold.
RTW, just to go in with Miracle off the Underlord. They have the damage Skylon. Getting a low, they will bring him down. And now Focus and Wish maybe looking for the counter plays. The BKBs are out. Focus, he's actually going to opt to TP out with the remainder of this BKB. Doesn't want to fight this.
They're looking for more.
If they can catch Wish, Miracle. A little bit of mana left, but the blink will be up, so Wish should be fine here. Not quite enough mana to continue the chase. So Nigma finally able to get a bit of action here where they take down the 2, and they were able to have enough physical damage to kill Skylark before Brame's able to set up any sort of turnaround.
It is a pretty clutch neutral item for ILTW here. The Enchanted Quiver does give True Strike on your first attack every 5 seconds. So the PA with 80% evasion, he has absolutely no way to deal with it just yet. Was really the only thing that allowed him to actually threaten Focus there.
Absolutely makes all the difference. We will see RLTW as well, looking to get the MKB done next. Blink on Kuroki, this is going to be pretty big. And it means that he's going to be very able to always get in with the jump save for Miracle. Or RLTW if RLTW's popping off. And there we have it, actually. They completed an MKB for RLTW. So back to a stage where RLTW does have the tools to go toe-to-toe with the PA in the fights.
It's so much easier for Focus to choose when he's going to fight, though, because he has a 5-second cooldown, not cancelable blink, while ILTW has a regular blink.
So this is actually, I believe by looking at it, Focus, he's got enough money for the Reaver, but the Broadsword, I think it was on the Courier. So he's actually going to be without the Satanic for an additional minute and 40 seconds over what he would have had it at anyway. So a little bit of a hit there for the PA.
And they may be able to capitalize on this. That Satanic would have been huge for this coming up engagement here.
Enigma, ready with the smoke. Brame playing very safe though. You can see 3 of them up on the high ground by their tier 3.
He's got a ward. Well, he broke. He knows they're there. He has to be very careful though. He dies almost instantly on Kuroki, so he had to blink out before his ward was able to be placed.
Aegis will come to an end here for Miracle.
Here I am! Where's the party?
Got the level 20 and the Bloodstone. 1,000 gold away here, so an extra bit of control that could make all the difference trying to lock down the PA before Focus is able to get the BKB off. The good news for Brain, they've been able to avoid any sort of action during that time. 30 seconds, Focus, he'll have it out. The Satanic is going to be on him for the next fight, so PA, even with the damage that Sven will have with the MKB, they don't completely lock down Focus. He's going to be able to pop off in these team fights, whatever happens. The items he's gotten, the lead that he's been able to achieve.
Yeah, there's no steroid for Sen here, so he shouldn't have an issue tanking that initial Stormhammer, especially because you have the Lotus to back you up, as well as the Phoenix heal and the ET Stomp just to disrupt the combos. Yeah, they could BKB, but I don't know if Storm Sven's enough to kill you if your team is there. The Underlord aura, there's just a lot of things that make it just that much more difficult to bring him full to zero. And if PA gets initiated onto, survives BKB Satanic, I believe any fight that occurs like that, Brain will always take it.
Sure, PA will just always win the drawn-out situations.
So, cute little play here.
All right, smoke into the rift, down bottom. See if they're aware of this. Wish is ready to show himself, jumping in. Nigma will hold the high ground. Smoke dispels on Spawn. Micro says he's going to make the jump. They're going to commit straight away and see if they can take it down in time. But the Lotus was out. Miracle, he's so low. He wants the BKB, but Miracle, he can't get away from them. They'll lose the Storm. The rest of Nigma, they've got to run. As actually I say now, LTW's going to try and get back in. He jumps it off. Focus, a beautiful stun that catches both Focus and Stamatum. As RTW, this time it looks like he may be able to achieve the cleanup. They've still got 4 up. There's only 2 left here on Brame. Wish, he's trying to chase down Mind Control, but he hasn't got enough damage to commit for this. And RTW, he's ready to chase. He looks to keep himself on top of Wish. They're going to be able to find him, aren't they, Wish? He's into the face shift. He's out with the blink. They do catch up with the silence though, and Kuro's in with a finishing blow. Purifying Flames finishes off Wish. As Nigma, they're able to take their team fight after a bit of a rocky start. There was sort of clutch use of the Lotus from Skylark, causing Miracle to, I believe, not only Orchid, but also pull himself in with his own Vortex. And that ended up him getting so low at the start of the action before he could get the BKB off whilst he was Dream Coiled. But at the end of the day, ILTW, this time round, he's able to do what he was gearing up for. A big cleanup from him, huge burst of XP as well. He's just a few creeps off the 25 now, Sven, off the back of that fight.
You just have to be so careful on Focus because he blinked away onto the Sven, away from the rest of his team. So that means that none of the saves are there. ILTW gets the stun up. Phoenix actually swooped in at the exact time he stunned, so he got a little bonus kill there. And there's no heal coming out. There's no fire spirits coming out. All the BKBs were already down, so PA couldn't defend herself. That's exact disaster situation, despite Miracle going down right at the start.
Skylark. That's fine here. Easily able to remove the combo. Mind Control. He wants that tower last hit. And the fire spirits are going to make it a little difficult, but indeed the passive ends up getting it.
He might just die here.
They got further control, and still got Kuro by his side. And I'm going to continue to see if they can chase him, but the blink's available. Mind Control's able to break out of there. As he gets the tower, he gets out. Nigma won't lose anything here.
There's just so much kill threat on both sides now. The PA
so
is going to kill people in like 2 seconds, so he has to get escorted out by his entire team. No Roche spawn for them, a little unlucky. Only a minute into the 3-minute spawn period.
So you can get the jump here as they head towards the mid lane. GH also with his blink done. And as we're seeing, a Miracle, I mean, quite a fair few of them. There's a lot of single target. They've got to be really careful and prepared for the Lotus moves to come out, as they have been causing some issues on some of the initiations that Nigma's tried.
Over here now. Invisibility.
Up the staircase here. They'll actually start to back off now that the smoke comes to an end for Brain.
So many tense moments in this game. Just completely quiet.
I mean, this is what you want to see here. 2 evenly farmed teams at the 36-minute mark, 19 to 22. It's been up and down a little bit on the way here, but we definitely got to a point where both teams fully capable of winning team fights. Incredibly close here between these 2 squads.
Hey, you just don't get anything for free. Anytime either team slipped up even slightly, it's been punished to full extent. And that's what you like to see. Dota's not a mistake-free
what'd I
game.
miss?
No matter how good you are, you're going to sometimes mess up, be out of position a bit, and we're seeing it get punished.
They want to go on mind control. Probably not. Give him a little bit of a tickle. Nothing more.
They see the ward, though. They have the sentry on the low ground, ET Spirit on the high ground.
Do you like these choices from the carries? Continued progression, focus, getting the nullifier next, and we'll actually see because he has shown that he's getting Eon this. Oh, is he over in the river? Tried for a jump on Wish, but Wish is actually able to get the Dream Coil off. BKB's come out here from Miracle on RTWs. They try and turn towards Focus, but Focus with his own BKB up. He's more than fine. Now Nigma's got to be careful. With the BKBs wearing off on their cores, RTW and Miracle they've got to be so cautious about how they commit here.
No coil, though.
RTW tries to get him, but it's been disarmed. The Halberd comes out. Skylight just continuing to fight them pretty heavily here. Drops the pit down as Mind Control backing up very low right now. The Ancient's still in and the pullback onto Skylight. LTW really wanting to get back in, but the daggers continue to cut the focus, cancelling his Blink Dagger. Another finish on Skylark. LTW, he's got to be careful. He's trying to fight around this. The Hoostomp does come out and trying to hold back the two of them, but Wish, he's still on to LTW. Has to spend down for 100 seconds. They're going to be able to pick up Mind Control as well as Brame. They'll come out on top of the fight. Roshan's up. They'll head to the pit. They'll get this as well.
They might just take the shard on PA.
Looking for me?
That gives you the break, so Sven no cleave. Centaur no return, more so on the cleave that it matters.
I mean, because as I was saying, RLTW, he wants the Eon disc. He's already shown it with the rest of the Oh, Miracle! He tried for something big. He did actually get the kill. They get the kill on Roshan. Brain, they'll still be able to pick up the Aegis. Did they pick up everything else as well? They did. They got the shard. And they did get the cheese. They did, so they got everything else. But, hey, you know, Miracle stole an Aegis earlier. He steals a kill there on the Roche.
Yeah, this PA Sven matchup, though, you're seeing how well Focus is playing it. He's not entering the fights, consistently canceling his blink on ILTW, so he can't enter the fights, and eventually dying to that dagger.
And they found GH in the trees. He's not got a TP. There's no escape for him. It's going to be another pickup here for Brain.
And this nullifier is their way of removing a Warcry now.
Tower has fallen.
Absolutely no way to shield yourself from this minus armor.
I mean, with all the action, I'm not being able to really say it, but and also because he's seen that ILTW's picked up the Eon Disc recipe. So now, do you actually want to finish this Eon Disc against and the PA that's already got Nullifier, Brian?
I don't even think you need. I think you need another item than an Eon Disc anyway. It's like I understand why you would buy it, but I think you're the one that has to kill the PA, not the other way around.
Focus, he's in. BKB's able to come out on Kuro. He throws himself into the front lines there. As Kuro goes down, Scarlet's going to look to back them off for now. With the byline coming in from Kuroki, they respect it. And Centaur will still end up going down there.
Died to the percent-based DOT? Wow, that's...
Radiant are scanning.
I mean, this
is the nail in the coffin, I think. I don't know.
Whoa, 6K lead now, 27-20. Brame absolutely giving it their all here against Nigma. As Focus, 12-3-7, level 25. It's got the Penta Edge as well. Beautiful item to find.
Once you lose map control against PA, you just never see her, and you just die, like instantly. So they have to be very careful on Nigma, camping high grounds.
Nova. I'm over here. He's actually going to come in. He's in with the Nullifier. RTW needs somebody, needs it now. RTW wants the BKB, but Focus, he's just standing his ground and fighting the spell. They're able to counterplay though. They'll take it down once. That's the edge is gone, but he tries to run. He goes down, snaps the coil. RTW is dead.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, and no Sven here. 90 seconds without him. And of course, he's just short of the buyback.
Over here now.
Brain might be able to get away with a high ground siege here. They're heading into the base, up to the tier 3.
And no Sven, man. I don't think they can defend. They might need to kill like somebody so fast that they can't react and then reset on the storm in the sky.
Miracle. He's going to try for the big grab. He's able to get on top of Wish. Wish is forced down to the side. And they're able to save him. Wish. He's going to be able to live. They get him out. GH is going to be the one to go down. The Stampede is popped, just an attempt to try and get everybody away from Brain.
Such a sick save from the Force Staff there.
Yeah, he's found the Force, the Glimmer. It keeps Wish alive.
Supports change games, people.
Now they're just going to move around to the bottom lane. They know now at this point, Sven, he's not got the money for buyback. He's not coming back into this. Brain could continue to do the damage.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Their arms, they continue to fly in here with the bones they're finding. And oh, the mid! Miracle, he tried to clear the way, but they catch him with the Dream Coil! Miracle's gone. He's got a buyback, but he's dead for 90. Skylark, he's ready to continue taking it up. He's got a full heart. As they're going for the megas here. 10 seconds RTW is going to be back up, but the mega creeps, they're going to be out and against them. And Brain, they're not going anywhere. They're going to keep pushing on. Mind Control is going to get the jump on the back line. They're trying to nuke down the Phoenix. Can they do so in time? They can. They bring down Savannah. Now Mind Control is going to be the new focus here. Caught in the pit. Cutting him up, Wish jumps in. The RTW trying to get involved in the fight. Comes and gets pinned immediately. Blocks the BKB. Turns towards Focus. Focus is just able to heal back up. He's down his ground. RTW can't kill the PA as Focus will turn. And he kills everybody else. Takes down Kuroki. Brain, they'll back off for now.
Over here.
Proving to be incredibly difficult here for Nigma to do anything. Brain just starting to play around with them as Focus is going to start the action off onto Mind Control. See what sort of backup they can bring. Focus continue to jump forward. Miracle watching for the high ground. Miracle is going to try and make a jump. They jump at the same time. RTW, the Gene calls down. They're trying to burst this PA. They can't do so. The low storm straight out onto Focus. Focus is able to turn. They bring down RTW. They bring down Miracle. No buybacks left available for Nigma as GG